Fred, I wanted to ask you, when I saw the film tonight, it must have brought back a lot of memories for you and a lot of hard work. I know that you made things look simple, but you must have stayed up a lot of hours rehearsing.
Well, that's that's a fact. You know, it takes a long time to prepare dancing numbers. You come in to the studio like day after day, and you get no ideas. You just fool around, and all of a sudden something comes to you. And it takes an awful lot of time.
You know,
that's true.
There's one thing I'd love to ask you, and I know it's boring because probably hundreds of people have asked you this, but how did you do in the royal wedding, how did you do the dancing scene on the walls and the ceiling?
Fantastic.
Well,
Don't tell them.
no, there was a very complicated arrangement because the room had to turn. You know, it's like a room about this size, it was actually. And this whole thing was built for this purpose. The whole room had to turn upside down, and the camera with it. And when I was on the ceiling was down here. You see, you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Yes, very clear.
I'm sure I'm telling this right. And the side wall was down here always. And when in other words, what you see is the room standing still and me going up around it. It's just in reverse.
But the room actually rotated.
Rotated, and I had to meet it as it came down. It's, well, that's...
I think we better see it to explain that.
How long did it take you to shoot that?
Well, it took about, it was about 3 or 4 weeks of preparation, and they had to build that thing. And I had to work it, after I got the routine set and everything. I just can't remember. It took about 4 or 5 weeks to get the thing.
Fred and director Stanley Donen collaborated on this mind-boggling routine from Royal Wedding. Movie buffs are still arguing about how it was done.
Donald O'Connor.
Hi, Donald. Sit down.
How you doing? How you
Good to see you, Donald.
I thought I'd come over here because
are
this
you?
program is pretty dull.
Please sit down.
Sit down.
Thank God you did.
But don't you think that's something, what did I say? Whatever it was, do you think I'm right?
Absolutely. I've been over there listening to you, and you're
You were at
perfect,
Metro
right.
in, what, 2 films, weren't you, or more?
What?
Were you at Metro more than 2 films?
Actually, it was just, let's see, I Love Melvin,
Singing in the
Singing in the
Rain.
Rain, and that was it.
2 films.
Just the 2 films.
Singin' in the Rain is my favorite musical, and Fit as a Fiddle with Donald and Gene Kelly is one of the best numbers in the film. I
think we need something like this now. It's thrilling, and especially for for me to see something like this, I wasn't around. I didn't know it. I came in the tail end of that era, and it's something that's absolutely thrilling. We need it today after all of the problems that we have about politics and what have you.
I can agree with you there. I think it's going to be
Start a new trend.
tremendously successful. I don't know. They go on reviving a whole lot of the stuff they have in stock there. I mean, they can do probably 10 more of it. It's a question, you know, how long the nostalgia bug will go on. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Liza Minnelli.
The first studio I'd ever been inside was MGM. I can't really say that I grew up here, but I know that for over 10 years I used to race like crazy after school to get down here and visit whatever set my mother and father were working on.
I saw something tonight that was really funny to me. What was your first film at MGM? You really started at MGM in a film.
Well, the first thing I ever did, George, my whole career is a comeback. The first thing I ever did was Van Johnson and Mama at the end of The Good Old Summertime.
Right.
Supposedly had a child, and the last shot was they brought this child forward.
You could tell there was real talent there. Total attention.
Yeah, but I'll tell you why. I mean, they dressed me all up. Anyway, the shot was that it was Mama and Van, and they picked me up at the end, and it was a close-up of the three people, the family. Terrific. But they dressed me properly. Now, I had always been taught by my father and by my mother that I was a lady from the minute I was born. The only thing they forgot in the whole wardrobe, I mean, I had things, I had this, I had that, I had a hat, I had a parasol, I had that.
Oh, no.
Was a little pair of panties.
Oh, no.
So when Van Johnson picked me up, all I can remember is a rather cold hand, you know, on a rather private place and thinking, something's not right. In the very last shot, for The Good Old Summertime, they needed a little girl to play the daughter of Van Johnson and Mama. Well, guess who got the part? Oh, there she is, folks. What personality! There's no wonder I didn't get any billing.
I asked your father the same question I asked you, and I said, what would it be like to work with Liza, do you think? He said, what do you mean? I said, well, would it be a little bit difficult to be objective? He said, no. He said, I was in love with Judy Garland. He said, and I directed her. And I think that should be something really all of us would look forward to seeing, because Vincent has such incredible talent. And I really started, my whole career started from a film that Vincent had seen, and he brought me to Hollywood with my South American suit and oil in my hair. he had my hair bleached.
I know, I remember. I was there, remember?
I know, indeed.
Well, see, the thing is, George, is that he made a woman out of Mama. In other words, she had been playing little girls, and she'd been playing, like, ingenue roles. And he turned her into a young woman. And I look forward to his influence on me as a public figure.
Has he helped you a lot now for the first few things? Did you?
Yeah, I always check with him before I do anything.
I have a feeling, though, you check with yourself first. I mean, I think that
Yeah, well, he gave me
got
that, too, and so did Mama. I check with myself, then I think about Mama, then I ask Daddy.
You have your own style, which is incredible. It's a combination of a lot of things, but mainly it's you.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I've always felt that you have some quite special, different quality that sets you apart, and that's the marvelous thing, because otherwise, people would try to compare you with your mother, and you've done it all on your own, which I'm sure if your mother was here today, she'd feel the same way too.
Yeah, I hope so. I wish she could have been here tonight. She would have loved it.